Hey friends, Kathy Landalaco here to talk to you about this third part in our series of starting your new grad job search. Welcome to the podcast. Here we are, number 3 of our short 3-part series. And in the past 2 episodes, we covered information regarding setting yourself up for a new grad job search. And we talked about starting it early enough. Several months before graduation is not too early. So getting your tools in order, getting that resume started, starting in with the Career Center, getting your LinkedIn updated. We talked about talking to people, telling them simply that you're looking for a job. We assume people know what we want, and people may know you're in college, but they don't necessarily know what you want to do with the degree that you are getting. So, talk to people, let people know exactly what you want. But today, part 3, what I really want to talk about are some of those challenging situations that you're going to have, because I know that they're out there. I talked to enough college seniors and new grads to know what some of the biggest challenges they have are. So let's take the top 3 that I hear. The first one is, yes, I'm graduating, I'm looking for a job, but I never had an internship. And maybe you didn't because of COVID. We know that last year in particular, COVID just decimated the availability of internships. Many of them were rescinded even when the offers were made, or maybe you couldn't do it the way you thought you were going to. You couldn't go to the company, you had to do it virtually. Who knows? Or let's face it, sometimes, if the school doesn't require it, maybe you just didn't do it. So there's a lot of different reasons. Doesn't really matter the reason in terms of that, but companies do value internships because it shows that you've been out in the working world and you gain more skills there than to supplement what you're learning at school. So it's a great thing. So how do you overcome that? Listen, you can't go back, right? If you don't have the internship, you can't go back and create one, and it is what it is. So what you do instead is you focus on the experience that you do have. So think about the projects that you worked on in school. You did a lot of teamwork, team collaboration. You had big projects, presentations, things that you had to do. But importantly, what you want to do is take those experiences and draw that relationship between the type of job that you want. So if you're doing a project that has absolutely nothing to do with the type of work that you want to do, I say, before you decide that it doesn't, take a deeper dive and see, did you collaborate on teams? Did you do a presentation? Maybe it was in an English class and really you're an engineering major, but what did you learn from it? What can you say that you got experience for? Right. So, and also maybe you had a job that wasn't an internship, but you did learn transferable skills from there. Maybe it was in your industry so that you could use that to talk about experience that you did have. How did you help support the teams that existed? What new skills did you gain? Maybe they were tech skills, maybe they were people skills, who knows? But always draw that line between what you learned and how you're going to apply it in the new position. So don't let not having an internship scare you, but be prepared to answer the question and not just with, oh, I didn't have one. Think about how you're going to respond powerfully to that and fill in the blanks. Second problem I hear all the time from people is, you know what, my grades were not what I wanted them to be. COVID, I got distracted. It was difficult learning from a distance perspective. The experience wasn't what I signed up for. Or maybe you're just, maybe you're more of a hands-on person and your grades just never really reflect how good you are. But the reality is nobody goes out there looking for people with lousy GPAs. So, but not everybody's the first in their class either. And I would tell you that there has also been a shift that I am seeing, that these top companies, a lot of them aren't even looking for the highest GPAs anymore. They recognize that full-bodied candidates beyond the GPA are critically important, and they're looking for people with more to offer. Now, that's not an all-inclusive statement. There are certain things. If you're graduating from law school, if you want to work at a big 4 accounting firm, there's some things that they are going to hold your feet to the fire about the grade point averages. However, for the most part, I wouldn't worry about it, but you want to have a great response. Again, not to justify your lousy grades if indeed they're lousy or they're less than you wanted, but to talk about what did you learn from that experience? If it does bother you, what did you learn from that? How did you make any adjustments? Could they have been worse? And so what did you do mid path, midstream to change it so that you at least got the grades that you did? So use your imagination, take them on that journey, and help them see you in that role. And then the third thing that I see that people struggle with sometimes too, new grads coming out of school with non-specific majors. Now, some companies will understand that, some won't. So for instance, if you're coming out with a degree in accounting, you're coming out with a marketing degree, communications, travel and hospitality, event planning, and all of these things. Super easy to explain, serve as good keywords in the resume for the purposes of applying online and the keyword searches. But what if you've come out of school with a integrative studies degree or a liberal arts degree, right? So there's more and more of these out there because the colleges and universities are really trying to tap into the multifaceted interest of students and help you build a more exciting experience that really is customized to what you want to do and taps into your skills. But having said that, it's a challenge for employers on the other end in some cases. And it may be a challenge for you, as I mentioned too, trying to get through these online systems. Accounting degree is very easy for a system to understand. It's a keyword. So what do you do instead? How do you explain that both to the computer system and how do you explain that to a person as you're talking to them? So the first thing is when you're constructing your resume, if you have an integrated studies or liberal arts, something that does not explain it the minute that you see it, explain it on your resume. And you say, oh, I've never seen that before. Usually they just put down the name of the degree and the GPA in the school. You don't have to just do that. You can expound on that. Tell specifically the major elements that were within that degree. What made up that degree? If it was like a three-pronged complement of studies, or were there certain classes that you chose to go in there to build a foundation for work you want to do, put that right into your resume. Write it in. Make sure that you include those relevant courses. They can serve as keywords as well. Just spell it out for them. And when you're in an interview, you can say the same thing. This is why I chose this degree. I thought it would make me more marketable because I would be able to take the classes that I really wanted to. I would be able to build my own customized degree program because this is exactly the one I want to do. Take them through the journey. You're going to continue to hear me say that. Continue to take them through the journey and tell them what your intention was and help them see it from your perspective. But importantly, don't leave it there. Take it to their perspective. How do you solve their problem? How does that interesting customized degree help them? What do you bring to the table that somebody else doesn't? Right? So authenticity and diversification, being different and being yourself, are huge sellers today. Absolutely huge. So embrace it instead of being afraid of it and of trying to shy away from it. Know who you are and be clear about it and own it and love it. And the right employer will want you for their organization. So this is the end of our just brief series about kicking off your new grad job search. As the owner here of Inspire Careers, we specialize in new grads. We work with new grads all over the country and help college students gain internships to help them get those jobs after graduation. I'm going to share a lot more information throughout this springtime, and we've got some online courses as well that we're going to be sharing with you. But in the meantime, this three-part series is just meant to help put the foundation in to let you start thinking forward to graduation. Feel free to subscribe to our channel, get notified when we drop new content, and please connect with me on LinkedIn. I welcome your comments, I welcome your feedback, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. But new grads, this is my last word here. It's never too early to begin to look, and it's never too late either. Don't panic if you're watching this the week before graduation and you're saying, oh, I don't have a job. No, you don't, but that's okay, right? You can always start. Today is always a great day to start, whatever day it is. All right, well, we're going to leave it that today. Thank you for watching on Inspire Careers, our three-part series on kickstarting your new grad job search. Keep us informed and live inspired.